My first guest though, Chicago, this brother right here. He's been a vendor off and on for 15 years. He was born and raised in the southeast side of Chicago, south side. He attended Paul Robeson High School. One of our up-and-coming Streetwise vendor. Guess what? He's going to be the vendor profile in the next edition, and that's going to be another edition with from Lincoln to Obama. I want to welcome to the show Eric Colbert. Welcome to Streetwise StreetScene. What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Finally got you on the show, man.
Yeah.
How you feel?
A little nervous, but I'm okay.
A little nervous? You're going to be fine, man. You know you like to talk a lot, so we shouldn't have no problem getting some information out of you, man. Hey, we talked about you've been a vendor off and on for about 15 years. You know, I have people on the show because they set goals, and I just set them, but they follow through, and they achieve, you know, certain goals. And you've overcome a lot of adversity. And before we start to talk about some of your accomplishments, how long and how did you get to Streetwise?
Well, I started from a friend of mine I grew up with named Lonnie. He told me about Streetwise. He knew I was going through a lot of stuff and I needed to make some money. So he introduced me to Streetwise back in 1992.
And so there was a big shout out to Big Lonnie Lloyd, who's working in the office on Saturdays, you know, making sure the vendors get all the magazines. What do you most like about selling Streetwise?
I like the people. I like to meet different type of people. I like to see their smiles. They inspire me. They encourage me when I see them. Sometimes be a little tiresome, depressing, but the people always lift me up. You know, even if they don't buy paper, they always smile and, you know, greet me and say things like that. So
you out in the Evanston area. Big shout out to our vendors in Evanston, and the Evanston community has been very supportive of Streetwise for the past 20 years. Your location is where's your location?
Evanston, Hamilton in Chicago, Jules, Osco.
Okay. And so the interesting people, I mean, they make your day, you know, and sometimes you know, you can have a bad day, but then they uplift you. Any certain people that you want to give a special shout out to supporting you and your business endeavors as a Streetwise vendor?
Yeah, I'd like to get a shout out to Streetwise first. Sarah Brown, which is my social worker at Streetwise. I'd like to get a shout out to Greg Pritchett.
Oh, that's me.
That's him.
Thank you, my brother.
But, he knew what I was going through, and he still encouraged me and, you know, moved me forward. And all Streetwise vendors, when I see them out there, that makes me, you know, feel like I can do this. If, you know, I can continue. I don't have to give up. I can make this happen for myself.
And that's definitely been happening with you. You know, as a Streetwise vendor, we all know there's a lot of stereotypes that come with it. You know, one of them is all vendors are homeless, which is not true. And like I was saying at the top of the show, we have a lot of formerly homeless men and women who sell the magazine, and you're one of those men, you know, who was formerly homeless.
Yeah.
But you use it as a stepping stone. And I want to say congratulations to this brother because he's got a fresh new apartment. Look at the I got him smiling. A fresh new apartment. And what's that like? But you know, what was it like though, starting something, following through, and achieving that goal, man?
Well, it's like Tony the Tiger, great. You know, it's like a new beginning. You know, like I can see light now. You know, no more darkness, no more ill rise, watching my back, not knowing my next meal gonna come from. So it's just like something from heaven. You know, like God heard my prayers.
And you deserve it because you put a lot of hard work in and you did some consistent follow-ups. A lot of times when we don't follow through with that process, you get this letter saying you've been denied. So, you know, you have to follow through. And it's something special between you and I because I'm not going to give your address out, but you in the area with your new apartment where I grew up in the Chatham area. I want to give a big shout out to my brothers and sisters out there in the Chatham area, 87th and Prairie. That's my area. That's where I grew up, 82nd and Prairie, 83rd. But you in the Chatham area. Nice area.
Yes.
How you like the community, bro?
Oh, it's beautiful, man. There's a lot of stores you can go to, walking distance, not far from the L train. You know, take the bus. It's beautiful. I love it.
And I know you want to take this time out to give a special shout out to someone very special in your life, your lovely daughter.
Yeah, my daughter Angel. Yeah, let her know that Daddy's trying. He's gonna keep growing for you and for us, and we're gonna get better.
And that's the type of people we have in our organization, you know, people who have families, you know, and that want to, you know, learn from their past so they can move forward and step up and take advantage of the opportunity and have responsibilities, and take care of those responsibilities. And you've definitely been doing that. That inspires me when I see you going through the things you go through to make your daughter happy and put that smile on her face. Busting and smashing those stereotypes. As a streetwise vendor, the ones who do well are the ones who do the opposite of the stereotypes and catch attention in a positive way. How do you, Eric Colbert, bust and smash those stereotypes?
Well, I just simply go out there, I dress properly. I don't want to look homeless or nothing like that. I try to look like a working person that's doing a job. It's not necessarily homelessness. It's just want to do better, want to get better. And I just smash it all because it's not all about homelessness. It's about a person wanting to get themselves together like I want to do for me and my daughter. And that's the best way I can say. It's not panhandling. It's more like a job,
And there are a lot of programs out there in Chicago that can help you if you are in a situation where you don't have a place to live. Now, one of the organizations we all know, StreetWise, was a major factor in this, but there was other organizations that worked with us to help you get your place, and I know you want to give thanks to them.
Yeah, I want to give thanks to Heartland Alliance. Beautiful. They're beautiful. They helped me with my apartment. They started me off with dishes, a bed, a table to eat on, a dresser drawer to put my clothes in. They beautiful, and they support me as far as jobs, resumes, just like StreetWise. So I just get shout out to Heartland, as well as StreetWise.
And Eric is going to be the vendor profile. Every week we have a vendor that we profile in our magazine, and it gives you a window of opportunity to look at that vendor's life and what he went through and some of his accomplishments. And Eric is our vendor profile next week. So make sure you get that StreetWise edition at a StreetWise vendor near you. Eric, I want to thank you, my brother, for being on the show, man, and we can maybe do some follow-ups on you and, talk about some of your other goals that you've been setting.
Sure, I would love to be. I love your show. I love StreetWise. It's very supportive. It inspires me, encourages me to go farther, so I would love to come back.
All right, there you have it, Chicago. My brother, Eric Colbert. Colbert, right? I get it right?
It's Colbert is French, but you can say Colbert.
Well, Pritchard is almost French too, man. Okay. Anyway, talking to you, Eric. Hey, if you want that job opportunity in Chicago, hey, Chicago's a work, so can you become a StreetWise vendor? We're going to give you $30 worth of magazines free to get you started. Okay, your first batch is free. Come on down. There's no qualifications. Just come on down. All you got to do is want to work. Okay, come on down to our facility, 4554 North Broadway. A 10-hour orientation session, Monday and Thursday. Hey, don't worry about food for that day because we feed 180 people every day. So you don't have to worry about the food. We eat good at StreetWise. Take advantage of our computer lab and definitely our social service program and just the StreetWise family environment.